Lecture in English or Hindi?
My English. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So firstly, very heartiest congratulations to Vivek Bindra ji, who is also known as Gopal in devotee circle. And especially we are blessed to have His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj is an embodiment of selfless service, dedicated service for past more than 5 decades actually. Maharaj travels all across the globe, especially in Canada, Russia, North America, some part of India, Mayapur, which is Eastern India, Africa. So Maharaj has been preaching Krishna consciousness, genuine spirituality in some of the places which are not very favorable as well. But he goes fearlessly, he preaches Krishna consciousness. Maharaj has been revolutionary in spreading the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. Maharaj spreads Bhagavad Gita literally in the form of book, as well as Maharaj is very expert in giving the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita in a very easy way, in a very palatable way, in easy to digest way. And that's Maharaj's speciality. And Maharaj has constructed so many temples all across the globe. More than 100 temples are already under Maharaj's supervision. Yes, Maharaj.
Too generous.
So Maharaj is very humble. Maharaj has been source of inspiration. He is empowering all the devotees, and he has sanctified so many millions and millions and millions of lives. And Maharaj is still here to bless all of us. So we feel so very fortunate to have the divine presence of Maharaj. So Vedu Madhaprabhu, that means Vivek Bindra ji, he reveres Maharaj so much, and I also feel so much proud of him whenever he delivers his speeches in such a dexterous way, in such a wonderful way. So Maharaj feels so proud of him. So Maharaj's divine presence certainly make Bada Business even more bada, because certainly this is being done as a service to spread the glories of Bhagavad Gita through business teachings and various other practical ways. He's so wonderfully teaching the best of the Bhagavad Gita. So that way it is all happening because he is blessed by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So Maharaj has got all kinds of experience in diverse fields. Maharaj is double MBA. So Maharaj is also even from material qualification. Maharaj is very, very qualified. Spiritually, he is out of the world actually. Super duper extraordinary. So let's welcome Maharaj. The best way to welcome is by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let's welcome His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bada Business, further more expansion ki jai. Hare Krishna.
You speak in English?
English is okay.
English.
We do Kirtan or straight lecture?
Straight Guru Maharaj we had.
Okay. There's a lot of... Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
When was the last time I came here?
Last time you came on November
22nd.
22nd. November 22nd, Guru Maharaj.
Which year?
Last year.
Last year. It looks like as it was yesterday. So I understand all of you are working for Bada Business.
That's right.
Yes.
sir.
Now, I'm sure you had other jobs before. You may have noticed a difference between the people here in Bada Business and in other places. Most of the places, the goal of businesses, a hook or crook makes money. But I believe Bada Business has some principles. And the principle is to spread the message of the Lord also. So you're very fortunate. You're very fortunate in the sense that you're working for a company where the motive is not self-exploitation, but upliftment of society. That's why you get lessons and lectures on Bhagavad Gita, etc. There are many Christian organizations where the owner is a Christian and they have regular lectures on the Bible and also. There are many Islamic businesses do the same. Employees stay with the Quran, etc. in office. So it's not uncommon that you celebrate or discuss the philosophy that you belong to. So, Bada Business, of course, our expectation is Bada Business may go on expanding, but the real purpose of Bada Business is to teach society how to find real happiness. There's a verse in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam. Praising Maharaj says, "Nati vidam svata gatam Vishnu." People do not know how real happiness can be found. Most people believe happiness can be found by engaging in the normal activities of sense enjoyment. But one who is more advanced can see, doesn't matter how rich you may become, money doesn't buy you happiness. It will buy you happiness, money.
No.
It will buy you more pain. So money doesn't buy happiness. If you want real happiness, you take to God consciousness. And the message of the Bhagavad Gita is for entire humanity. Bhagavad Gita is not a sectarian document. It is basically a philosophy of how you can lead a human life. So, Bada Business has promoted and encouraged distribution of Bhagavad Gita. And what does the Bhagavad Gita say? First of all, Bhagavad Gita identifies who is the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. And then it explains the difference between the soul and the body. Most people think, I'm this body. Bhagavad Gita makes you believe that no, this body is a temporary covering. Just like you're wearing clothes to cover the body, the soul is covered by the body. And Bhagavad Gita says, just like you discard your old clothes and wear new clothes, the soul leaves one body and takes another body. So these days, you see that people are complaining. There's no character. People are getting degraded. The reason is there's a lack of spiritual knowledge, spiritual education. So this Krishna conscious movement is trying to spread God consciousness all over the world. And we are teaching based on the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the most ancient book of knowledge. And we recommend that everyone read it and practice it. Hare Krishna. Any questions? I thought they may have some questions. कोई प्रश्न है किसका?
किसी का कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछ सकते हैं. Amoghlila Prabhu has questions. Who's answering everybody?
He's asking questions for everyone's benefit.
Maharaj, while working, we feel envious when somebody is progressing, they are getting promotions. We are working hard and they're hardly working and they are getting promoted. So that burns my heart like anything, Maharaj, in envy. How to-
He stole my secrets. How do I feel? I did all the work, I prepared all the brief, and he took the client. So, in the material world, I think there's, they call it in English, rat race. So the rat race goes on. And everyone is trying to maximize his gain. Whereas if you have some principles in life, honesty is the best principle. And even in business, there are many people who believe in ethics. 3 years ago, I was in China taking part in a conference on ethics in business. The most amazing thing was China has sponsored that. And we all know how ethical they are. So anyway, it was a conference on ethics in business. And everyone, all big corporation board was represented there. And everyone was saying, yes, we must have ethics in business. Not ethics in business. But in reality, we all know how much ethics there is. Isn't it? So we should practice principles in life that will help us.
How to conquer envy,
Oh, yeah.
enviousness, Maharaj?
Bringing questions from the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
महाराज गीता में श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि कर्म करो फल की चिंता नहीं करो, लेकिन हम जिंदगी में हमेशा फल की चिंता करते हैं और कर्म पे थोड़ा हमारा ध्यान कम हो जाता है, तो हम इस चक्र से कैसे बाहर निकलें?
आप प्रयास करो, परिश्रम करो, तो जब फल आए ये मत सोचो मेरी मेहनत का फल है। अब ये सोचो ये भगवान की भगवान इसके कारण है, और जो नतीजा है उसको भगवान के चरणों में भी अर्पण करो। हमारा क्या नियम है, हम सोचते हैं हाँ मैं भोगता, या हमारे मेहनत से हमारे सेठ को एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिला और मुझे इसका लाभ मिलना चाहिए। हम सोचते हैं ये लगी सफलता प्राप्त हुई है, इसके कारण मैं हूँ, और अगर कुछ दुर्घटना हो जाए फिर हम दोष किसी और को दे देते। हम तो ईमानदारी से काम कर रहे थे, वो चोरों ने खराब कर दिया। हम तो ये सोचते हैं हम एक ईमानदार व्यक्ति हैं, बाकी सब चोर हैं। नहीं, फ्रैंकली इसे में तो हम ऐसे ही सोचते हैं, इसे में हम सोचते ही नहीं हमारे अलावा और कोई ईमानदार व्यक्ति है। Everyone thinks is God's greatest gift to humanity. हर व्यक्ति ये सोचता है मैं हूँ भगवान की खास। Is that right?
Yes.
We have a tendency to overestimate ourselves and underestimate our neighbors. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. More questions?
Maharaj,
I don't answer a long lecture, but we go for questions.
Sanjay Vacha.
Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance. Maharaj, there's a lot of, like you mentioned in China, that every business is saying they want to be ethical. There's a new discussion around business being dharma compliant, that the businesses should be dharma compliant. So in normal day-to-day activities, as decision makers, we tend to make a lot of decisions. How do we ensure that the decisions which we are making are dharma compliant? So, you know, because that's the talk of today, that how we can be more dharma compliant as a company.
First of all, we have to agree on what constitutes dharma. Because most people have no understanding. There's certain religious faiths that teach that if you kill someone, it's all a part of dharma. So we have to at least come to some basic understanding. Dharma means the laws of God. Doesn't matter, they can be in any way. And dharma compliant would mean at least we have some level of ethics. If we're in business, we will be straightforward. In business, you won't show something and deliver something else. One of the problems of Indian business is people don't trust your samples. You show a good sample, then they expect you get a product that is 80% close to the sample. Isn't it? At least if you talk to anyone abroad, that's what they'll tell you. So we have to be, you deliver what you show. You deliver what you promise. Don't make false promises and deliver it. Yeah. So we should follow, live up to you. And that's even a practice for good business, because you can cheat somebody once, the next time he won't come to you. You see, you're known for dishonesty. Whereas if you go honest, I've seen in the material world, if there's some people who will really believe in honesty, and even with a good lot. There are many business houses that are noted for ethics. Like Tatas have a reputation of being very ethical. I don't know how ethical they are, but they have a reputation. Gary Tata had a reputation of being very ethical. There are people who believe in ethics. Well, one thing is in Kali Yuga, day by day is going down. In the Bhagavatam there is a statement, in the passage of each day, the duration of life, people's faith and honesty, truthfulness is going down. And that, these days, you sign an agreement on a stamp paper, knowing fully well you're going to break it in 2 months. All right? People get married knowing fully well in 6 months we're going to fight. Like in the any other question? Or a question meaning ourselves, you're part of the Bada Business family.
और कोई सवाल किसी का? Anybody has any question? He is representative of everyone.
Maharaj, very good morning. My name is Paritosh. The question is fairly simple and complex at the same time. So, at a lot of times, money is what restricts us from doing greater things in life, right? Let's say achieving our purpose, but we feel that okay, we are not doing something that we really want to do, just because this whole equation of money is restricting us from doing something that large. How do we disconnect? How do we really get out of this conversation of money and attach ourselves to the purpose, keeping in view that we have all families around us, we're attached with so many things. How do we do that?
You see,
Thank you.
I agree. I agree. They say in English, money is honey. And money is sweeter than honey. Is that true? Now, why is money considered sweeter than honey? Why? Because money is a medium in Kali Yuga through which you buy everything. If, for example, everything in society was free, then money would have no value. But these days, anything you want in life, you need money. If you have money, it doesn't matter whether you got it by hook or crook. You're considered, oh, my son is so successful. You become a millionaire. No. And if you don't have money, you're looked down, all right? Because money plays such an influential role in our life, we believe I must make money at any cost. Is that right? I don't want honesty. I don't care what you think. I just want to make money on the place. That is the society in which we are brought up. So there has to be education, spiritual education. If you have spiritual education, then people will grow up in character. For example, in Delhi and North India, drug abuse is very common. More than 70% of the youth today are addicted to drugs. You know that? The drug abuse in Punjab and Haryana is far in excess of drug abuse in America. Far more. And when people don't have any character or spiritual education, they grow with all bad habits. It doesn't mean so many people say, well, our kids are totally destroyed. Please save them. So they should get spiritual education from the age of 5. And if he has spiritual education, then he has character. Isn't it? today what do we say? आजकल सब छोड़ है. Because everyone is trying to cut everyone. No character. No train. So your Bada Business, I think the proprietor of Bada Business is not Dr. Vivek. The proprietor of Bada Business is Krishna. Is that right?
Yes,
I want to know illusion. Do all of you agree?
Yes,
Now, does this mean I gotta fight for a raise? I told them, all of you should work so nicely. Eventually you have para business and one para every year. If people say, we want a 7% growth this year, so you can say, we want para. Okay, anyone para. Okay, anything else?
Hare Krishna. My question is, what are
Maharaj, he's Jitin Ved, and he's also started chanting 16 rounds, practicing 4 regulative principles, going to Dwarka temple every day. Very sincere devotee now.
so my question is, while we work, not in just in Bada Business, anywhere, what are some of the ways through which we can please Krishna, serve him more, even when we are at work?
Krishna doesn't say, don't work, shave up. Come on, Hare Krishna. He doesn't say that. Krishna doesn't say Arjuna. That's Master Vaishya with your mind and intelligence dedicated to me, fight. Now, that doesn't mean we need to start a new law or something. Fight me, hear me, do your duty. So we may have duty, we may have family, wife, children. So naturally it's our duty to provide a livelihood. So you can engage in business. What Krishna says, Mahapareshu Kadachana. Give the results to me. That's like if you pay your income tax every year. And they don't bother you. Like if these days they bother everybody. But generally they don't bother you. So if you offer the results to Krishna, Krishna doesn't say don't keep anything for yourself. Keep. But share it with Krishna. You with your resources. That's all.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Which way?
So Maharaj, my question is that I have recently joined Bada Business, and I know that my
You before.
छोटा business.
Where were you before?
So I was in Chota Business. So I was working with an agency, content writing agency.
What's your question?
So my question is that my boss is like Vivek Venu Madhavji. So in my work I would try my best that he won't get a chance to scold me, but there would at times he would get chances to scold me, and he would be my boss also and a very great Vaishnava also. So whenever a boss scolds, so an employee might do some mental approach. So how to save myself from that?
I have some good news for you. I have some good news for you. Anyway, mental approach are not factored in Kali-yuga. Kaliyoga you get many discounts. Mental, you get a discount. No worries. Okay.
That satisfies my question.
Okay, any more?
But Maharaj, eventually that mental aparat becomes,
Yeah, no. If you're constantly meditating against someone, and then your mind says, I'm going to beat that guy up. You beat him. Then it becomes different. But as long as you're keeping it at a mental level, you're exempted.
it shouldn't reflect in Vacha Karmana.
Yeah, we do not, in reality, translate it into action. If you think ill of somebody else, actually you just ruin yourself. Because if you think positively about people, your behavior will also be positive. If you're constantly thinking, this guy is a crook, he ordered me, he constantly thinking negative, then, but in the material world, people have different standards. So you may have higher principles than others. Most of the people in the material world have no principles. Isn't it? Okay. I was just saying, Bada Business, the name of the business thing, the Hare Krishna temple is shifted. See somebody walking. It's like a temple open a branch. Okay. Yeah.
We'll also request Piyush Ji, His Grace Piyush Prabhuji, who was my first.
He was my first employer. I did my first job with PUC. He's also here today. We are very fortunate. We'd like to thank him. So, in the sense, he's also my mentor. And when I did my first job, that was for midday meal, for feeding the poor children. So, he, out of his CSR initiative, had advised, guided, mentored us. And we were feeding close to 1.2 million poor children across India. So I'll also request today, by Maharaj's permission, for Piyush Ji to say a few words, please.
हरे कृष्णा। तो आज बड़ा बिजनेस जो है जहाँ पर पहुँचा है, जितना बड़ा हुआ है, तो इसमें मेरे को कभी भी डाउट नहीं रहा, क्योंकि जब धनु माधव प्रभु विवेक बिंद्रा जी मेरे साथ में सेवा कर रहे थे, काम कर रहे थे, तो ये हमेशा एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछा करते थे। हर 3-4 दिन में मेरी केबिन में आ जाते थे, तो बोलते तो ये आप इतनी केयर कैसे करते हैं इस व्यक्ति की, इस व्यक्ति वो तो इतना बदमाश है, फिर भी आप कुछ नहीं बोलते, ये वो। तो हमेशा इनको जो है, जो मैन पावर थी उसकी चिंता रहती थी कि कैसे खुश रखें। हमेशा इनके जो भी क्वेश्चन होते थे वो इसी बात को लेके होते थे कि जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनको कैसे खुश रखा जाए और हमारी कंपनी में ये खुश कैसे रहते हैं। तो जो कि बिजनेस में सक्सेस करने के लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो वो गुण इन्हों में धनु माधव प्रभु में बहुत पहले से था। दूसरी जो मैं देखता हूँ क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए कस्टमर को खुश रखने की। तो प्रभु जी मिड डे मील में जो है, जब भी कोई डोनेशन लेके आते थे तो मैंने इनको कई बार देखा कि पूरी रात भर उसको कैसे खुश रखा जाए, जिसने डोनेशन दिया है उसको कैसे खुश रखा जाए। तो मेरे बाथरूम में जो है नहाने की व्यवस्था भी थी, तो मैं तो शाम को 8-9 बजे निकल जाता था ऑफिस से, फिर मैं सुबह 9 बजे आता था तो मेरा जो है बाथरूम गीला मिलता था। तो मैं कहता था मेरे से पहले मेरे बाथरूम में कौन आ गया। फिर बाद में मालूम पड़ता था कि पूरी रात बहू जी थे, वो सोए नहीं, सेवा करे और नहाकर जो है द्वारा जो है डोनेशन मांगने चले गए हैं, या उसको कोई ग्लोरिफिकेशन सर्टिफिकेट या जो भी है उसको जिसने डोनेशन दिया था, तो कस्टमर की इतनी केयर करते थे कि पूरी रात भर सोते नहीं थे कि उसको कैसे खुश किया जाए, वो हमेशा खुश रहना चाहिए। और तीसरा जो मेरा रियलाइजेशन है कि